Our third leak video for the March pack. You could pause this, read all of these disclaimers if you want. Basically, we had exclusive leaks on the last pack on the first year anniversary, and we were right on pretty much entirely everything about it. So with that said, we are going to be hopping into the third leak. Check out the G Golem video and the Crystal Beast video if you care about those cards. It is time for the third leak. Let's do it.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
It's time to get leaking. None of these are new cards, but let's see the new cards that come along the way. So this is a 2-card combo. We have the Black Garden normal summoning a Gem Knight, which will be searching for a Gem Knight monster, which is going to give us a brand new card that we are getting, the Gem Knight Quartz. Level 4 monster. If your opponent controls a monster, you could discard this card. Well, they're probably not going to control a monster on the first turn unless you give them a monster with the Black Garden. Now they control a monster. Kind of cheesy, I know. Now, the Black Garden could be searched for with your Garden Rose Maiden also. So if you can make a level 5 synchro or just open up the Black Garden, that's going to enable a lot of the new Gem Knight cards. And this will set a fusion continuous spell directly from your deck. That's going to be the main benefit that we're using here. And let's see that. A new card, Scatter Fusion. Again, it states if your opponent controls a monster. So the deck needs to go second, or we gotta have the rose tokens on the field at the Black Garden. And that's just how it is. If your opponent controls a monster, you could fusion summon a Gem Knight from your extra deck using your deck. Fusing with the deck. All right, we know how that always turns out to be broken, and maybe that will be broken here. You can only use this effect once per turn, so let's see what's good. Flip it up, activate, Fusion Shokan into the Seraphonite. This is not a new card, but it's going to, we didn't send any new cards either. Is the Crystal Rose Root new? I'm not sure. We're now going to be triggering that. We're going to be making the Link Gem Knight Phantom Quartz. Quartz is going to be grabbing our Gem Knight Fusion. We are going to be giving them another token. We're going to banish the Fusion from the graveyard to summon the Crystal Rose onto the field. That's going to be triggering the Black Garden for another. And now we're going to be sending Lazuli from the deck to the graveyard, which will add Lapis. Lapis back to the hand. We're now going to Gem Knight Fusion into Lapis Lazuli. Lapis Lazuli is a card that I believe was banned in Duel Links because of first turn killing. You send a Gem Knight from your main or extra to the graveyard, and you deal 500 for each special summoned monster on the field. And, well, the Black Garden's helping with this. We are going to add back the Gem Knight Fusion. If this card's in the graveyard, you could banish a Gem Knight from your graveyard, add it back to your hand. All right, very good. Making sure it was not a new effect of the Quartz. And now we're going to use the effect of the Link to summon the Master Diamond. Master Diamond is here. We're going to send the Lapis Lazuli to burn for a ton of damage, and then we're going to banish it, copying the effect, sending another Lapis Lazuli for lethal damage, first turn kill. So yes, the new Gem Knight cards are helping you with first turn killing. Now, what we didn't see in this first turn kill will be a brand new card, and that brand new card is this one. Gem Knight Lady Rose Diamond. Is Gem Knight anything beyond its first turn killing? Let's read this real quick. Once per opponent's turn, the first time a Gem Knight would be destroyed, it is not destroyed. During your turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you could banish a Gem Knight from the graveyard to target a face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. Interesting. Once per opponent's turn, first time during your turn. Is this not once per turn? Am I reading this correctly? Your turn, your opponent activates a monster effect, pop a card, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. It looks like it could activate every time your opponent activates a monster effect, and every time you have a Gem Knight in your graveyard to banish. So it looks like KONAMI is trying their best to make Gem Knight not a first turn kill deck. They want the deck to be positioned as a go second deck. That's why we have the clause that your opponent controls a monster. The new fusion only activates on your turn. The new monster only activates on your turn. But then we have Black Garden to completely break that interaction by putting a monster on the first freaking turn. So the reputation of being a cheesy first turn kill deck, it's still there, and the new cards actually just make it better. Now let's get into a deck list. Here is the deck list example. Again, shout out to Duel Evolution for this deck list. And the TCG, they don't have Block Dragons, so that would probably be good to add in. What we have here is the Adamancipator Researcher. If you control a rock monster, it's a special summon. And then she, as a tuner, level 2 tuner, is going to help you make the Garden Rose Maiden, which will search for your turn 1 Black Garden to get that first turn kill off on the very first turn. And that's it. They're pretty much all the new cards here. Let me double check. Brilliant Rose is another new card that you didn't see in my 2-card FTK combo. This is always treated as a Gem Knight. You could discard 1 Gem Knight or Melodious card, special summon this from the hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. Once per turn, you could send a Gem Knight from your extra deck to the graveyard. This name type attribute becomes the sent monster's original name, type, and attribute until the end phase. All right, cool. And it's worth noting that Brilliant Fusion is banned in the TCG, not in Master Duel. Is that going to be nuts with the new monster setting it from the deck? You tell me. And that is it for Gem Knights. Let me know if you're going to be playing this. Do you plan on playing this? Is this going to be a deck type you just skip over? Was this interesting to you in any way whatsoever? We are going to be doing more leaks. Let's go.